Okay, plan for today is, as I said, broken arm, then we're gonna drop some fluids. Then I think we're gonna get Jake's rads and his intake hose and all that stuff. And then it's spaghetti time, so let's go. More horse crap, which is just the perfect way to start the day.
Get that out.
Yeah, good thing is I don't need breakfast now because I don't have any appetite. Sadly, best laid plans and all that. Unfortunately, the upper wishbone was so bent that we literally couldn't get it off the car. I tried, Tom tried, we tried hitting it, bending it. Eventually we left it where it was because it was no good to anybody anyway. Failed at the first hurdle. That is so on brand. That is so on brand. Okay, I'm going to get rid of this horse. And from here, I began to realise that my mortal enemy was any liquid within a car. Now, okay, I'll tell you what, I have got a vague idea. Because I've watched so much donut media and I've seen how many times they've blown up Subaru engines and how many times they've had to take the oil out and have a look, I think it's these things here, isn't it? Okay, right, let's get this off so we can see where the oil ones are for the gearbox. Let's do that.
Can you imagine how far we'd be without Tom?
I think we'd still be trying to get the door off. Not that we've got that much further than that, but... Can I have the nut bucket? Where is the nut bucket?
You can if you want. Here's your nut bucket.
Are we starting a fresh nut bucket?
See how much we can get today. And that thing's coming down on your head after this one.
You shouldn't have told me that. Would have been way funnier. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
So, what you're better off doing is taking that out now.
Yeah.
Right, put in and unscrewing it with your hand, and when you feel it getting really close to the edge, get ready to pull it away as quick as you can. Like that. Professional.
All right. Oh, I've screwed it. I've completely screwed that up. Back to the tap.
There you go.
It's literally my best friend. This tap is literally my best friend. Oh, that has made things so much worse.
You've just put water on oil. I think you need the Schwarzenegger.
Well, at least my hands are nice and hydrophobic now. For God's sake, right, let's go get some soap. And with the oil drained, it was time to move on to the front of the car, and it did not go to plan at all. Okay, so this is the rad that we need, but obviously we need to disconnect this and see if there's any water in it. So let's cut this clamp and drain it. I feel like I'm gonna make an absolute meal of this. Oh, this is catastrophic.
It's going all down his arm.
Okay, that was...
Tom just watched.
Yeah, Tom, how the hell do I get this thing off? How did you do that? That is outrageous strength. And with the rad out for Jake, it was then finally time to move on to the rear of the car and a bunch of connectors, which was just my absolute worst nightmare. Have a look at how many different connectors there are in here that I've got to undo. So this isn't going to be sexy or glam or fun, but it needs to be done. So
let's get on with it.
Yeah. We're already off. Oh, I've actually done one. Hey, nice.
We're off to a good start.
Okay.
Okay, we'll
Nice.
take it. We'll take it.
Again, Tom gave me a little pointer thing about how to do some of these. So, okay, I'm quickly realizing how much of a pain in the ass those cables are. So what we're going to do is we're going to drain the high voltage coolant, drop the car back down, and carry on with the wiring, but just let it drain while we're doing that. it sucks.
In theory.
In theory. Let's see how much of a mess I can make of this. Okay, that wasn't actually as bad as I thought it might have been.
That was pretty... I mean, considering as it went all the way up your sleeve earlier,
yeah.
I think you've done a pretty good job there.
Oh, that definitely shouldn't have gone in my eye. Ow. Okay, cool. Let's drop the car back down, carry on with the cables.
Perfect.
Man, I have been doing this for an hour now, and it barely looks any different to how it did when I started. This is absolutely soul destroying.
Also, weren't you saying that the hybrid cables are a pig?
Mate, they suck. Well, actually, let me drop the car and I'll show you. I hate connectors at the best of times, but these are particularly bad. You've got to pull this up, then you've got to do this, and then I don't really know. I'm just sort of freestyling the rest of it. It's sort of 2-stage. Got to do that. There you go. So there's like 3 stages to undoing it. All up in here, up in the gubbins of the car, where you can't see, you don't know your arse from your head. But anyway.
You love it.
I hate it. and back to it. I mean, seriously, have a look at it. Where would you start? Where would you start if you were presented with that? You've got all of this lot. I mean, how does that even come up?
On top of that, Tom said to literally start anywhere.
Dude, I tell you what, man. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way, because that will give us a lot of space.
How do we do that?
You took the words right out of my mouth, my friend. Viewers of the channel will know that the solution in this situation is to call Tom, so Tom very kindly stood in and showed us how to do it. Eventually we got the rad out, but unfortunately this precipitated the beginning of a bit of a sense of humour failure on my part. It was incredibly difficult work and it didn't come naturally, but we got there eventually. However, I wasn't impressed while it was happening.
What do you reckon you've done?
I think I might have had the first inverter out.
Spread that up and over.
Oh mate, this is so rubbish.
You've got wet feet now, haven't you?
This sucks. I'm just over it. I'm over it. I am over the connectors and the tight spaces. Yeah, well it's fine because at least it's nearly finished. Honestly, this sucks. I feel for techs have to work on these regularly, but it's just not fun.
You do one thing, pull out a main bit, and it feels like you're back at square
you
one.
undo one thing, and then you realise you've got to undo 3 other things to do the other bolt holding in the first thing. But then it's just endless. It's endless.
After all of that.
No good deed goes unpunished, Finn. Yeah. So basically, we've got both the rads off the back, but in the process, we dropped a load of coolant everywhere. So safety first.
Second one almost out.
I think. Oh man. Didn't get any on my shoes this time.
So actually, it's piling up now.
Yeah, this may not look like the most impressive haul, but this has been the hardest day for sure. We've made some progress. It's not necessarily a completely different site, but it's definitely on from where it was. Again, we've got a little bit more room, so I think now we'll work on doing some intercooler hoses and things like that. But yeah, the engine bay is just very slow work, especially on this hybrid stuff, because it's so tightly packaged and it's not fun to work on at all. Yeah, connectors and electrics are my least favorite. I know I say this every time I do something new, but this really is my least favorite.
You just love clips,
I
don't you?
hate them. But why isn't there just a universal design for every single one? You can have one that's water sealed and one that's not, and then everything just uses the same. Every single one has been different. It's so stupid. Ow.
And painful.
I think if we get these big old pipes attached, we can actually get the intercoolers out through the arches. I'm leading the will to live. And when the night is the darkest, that is when you call in Tom. Tom, where does the intercooler attach? Undone that one?
Yeah.
One at the top's also undone. I just haven't got it off yet, but we just pull it off.
Just get 8mm on that, undo that.
Cool.
That clamp will go that way, keep the clamp on that because it comes with that pipe.
Okay.
Then literally you should be able to pull that down.
So it's not fixed down there?
No, pretty sure it's not. No, I'm pretty sure it's on a...
What, is it like
It might be them 210s actually.
Okay.
There.
Yeah.
210s just there.
Fine, so just this 8.
It's not an 8, I think it's an 8mm spanner or something you can get on that. Undo that.
Tom doesn't guess.
He knows.
He just corrects. It was at this point that we realised that there was still a connector attached to the intercooler, and it was so difficult that even Tom couldn't get it undone, and it really threw us for a loop.
What has just happened, Dylan?
This is the last thing holding the intercooler on is this clip, and if Tom's given up on it, I haven't got a chance. I literally haven't got a chance in green hell of getting this thing off. Oh, dude.
Not even close.
I'm losing interest in this.
You've got...
What time is that?
20 past 4.
What, mate? What time's nap time? We haven't timetabled nap time today at all.
Or cup of tea time. Either.
No, it is now cup of tea time. I can't even be bothered. I cannot even be bothered to make tea. I'm just going to sit. I'm going to sit and have a water. That's the state of my day.
So you don't want to be a mechanic, and
I just don't want to work on hybrid cars. Give me an F40, because you can see everything in the engine mirror. That thing, that is just a monstrosity. I'm going to have nightmares about this tonight.
I tell you what, right? After this, I challenge you to do a normal car, and I can guarantee it'll be no different.
Fortunately, while I was having my drink, Tom had managed to undo the connector, so it was mine to fumble from here. Oh, for God's sake. I've done it, Dylan. I've done it, Dylan. In a very big way. What is attached to it?
This is again one of these moments where I really don't want to help.
Like it's just a connector. I'll have it done in 3 seconds. There we go. That is done. That is done. Thank God. This isn't the most impressive haul for a day. I think this is probably the least impressive parts haul we've got so far. However, it was always going to be like that because those cables took forever and they were terrible. But the first thing we'll do tomorrow morning is the intercooler, so I'll see you then.